Since I got my PS5, I've wanted to platinum as many games and series as possible. The first one being released on March 22nd, 1996, getting remastered 6 years later in 2002. Developed and published by Capcom, Resident Evil is a horror game that follows the members of STARS trying to escape the Spencer Mansion, but unveiling secrets about the Umbrella Corporation. Now, Resident Evil has always been a difficult game series to platinum, but this one's different. Paired with the tank controls, which moderate games throw out the window, and the amount of playthroughs you have to complete if you have perfect runs, make this game way harder than I thought. So follow me on my journey to platinum, one of gaming's most iconic series ever, and
Resident Evil.
in my first playthrough, I have to play as Chris Redfield and only use my knife on very easy difficulty. Now, who the hell at Capcom came up with such a thing? So I have to only use my knife while also trying to get the best ending, which is to save Jill Valentine and Rebecca Chambers. Resi 1 takes place in July of 1998 in Raccoon Forest, where Alpha Team was sent to look for Bravo Team. This simple mission quickly turned into a nightmare as zombified dogs attacked the Alpha Team, barely saved by Albert Wesker. He, Chris, and Jill find the Spencer Mansion, barely making it alive. Chris hears a gunshot and decides to check it out, while Jill and Wesker stay together. Immediately, I notice how difficult the tank controls are going to be. And not only can you not move and attack at the same time, you have to run back, do your attack stance, slash and or shoot. But for me, I have to slash like there's no tomorrow, because shit, there might not be. Oh, and I forgot to mention, Chris only has 6 slots in his inventory, while Jill has 8. So I carry less stuff, and I have to only use a knife? Oh my god! In this hallway, you encounter your very first zombie, but I finally killed it and got my first trophy. Immediately after my first trophy, I died. There's a trophy for fucking dying in this game. After finally finding my footing on where to go and whatnot, I ran into a Crimson Head, which are reanimated zombies. No lie. Anyways, defeating one will grant you the Seeing Red trophy. Later on in the story, we meet Richard, or Dick, a member of STARS. Richard is severely injured by Jan, the snake, so we have to get him serum before he dies. Saving him grants you this trophy. After the fight between you and Jan, you can get a trophy called Bravo Rebecca, where you play as her and grab another serum to save Chris under a time limit, while also trying to obtain the death masks. This happens.
Stop it! Why? What? Why? Okay, I'm out. I'm leaving. Damn. Oh my god. Ah! Stop! Get off of me! Get off of me! Oh my god!
After grabbing the death mask and placing them on their podiums or whatever, you have to fight the Red Crimson. You have to fight the Red Crimson. You have to fight the Red Crimson. Crimson! Am I saying this right? You know when you say a word so much that it doesn't sound real?
Shut your fucking mouth!
All bullshit aside though, I did it after many deaths. After you defeat the Red Crimson, you obtain this metal object, granting you this trophy. Now I wasn't paying all that much attention to the trophy guide, but turns out using a lighter, defense item, and stomping zombies' heads would actually disqualify the knife only trophy. And guess what I did? Hey dumbass. That costed you the entire playthrough. Worst part about it is that I didn't even know, man. I had no clue until the end. I got the trophy, but you know, fuck it, we ball. Later on in the story, we go outside and underneath the Spencer Mansion, find the Arclay laboratory. Mother Neptune, a giant mutant shark biohazard, attacks the laboratory, forcing you to quickly drain the whole thing. After draining it, you go downstairs to finish the job, granting you a trophy. After this, you go back upstairs and you are forced to fight Plant 42, which is this giant, you guessed it, bitch ass plant that swings its testicles. No way, I just said that.
That don't work. Oh! There's no way out of this one. You're done.
It swings its tentacles everywhere, and you're supposed to hit them with your knife. Who came up with this? I want the Mexican. Anyways, I did it, even though it didn't count for the knife only trophy. Great target practice, I guess, you know. Once you go back to the mansion, you are introduced to the hunter, and oh my god, I hate these green reptilian fucks.
Move out of the way! Move out of my way, you coward! Oh my god,
Oh no.
dude, I'm about to die.
Look at it. She's just swinging at nothing.
No! This nigga, bro. Oh my god. Oh my god!
Once you defeat the fucker for the first time, you get a trophy. After defeating Yon for the second time and permanently, you pick up the last book, volume 2, which will give you a trophy. Once you go back outside and turn off the waterfall and go deeper under the mansion, you have to fight the black tiger. Once you defeat it, you get a trophy. Once, although she hasn't been an obvious threat, but more of a threat on the outside, we have to fight Lisa Trevor on the inside of her cave. To be honest, she's one of the most messed up characters in this entire series, since she was literally experimented on as a kid. So she later kills herself, popping this trophy. Rest in peace, Lisa Trevor. After the second act of the game, you get to finally reunite with Jill Valentine, popping this trophy. This takes us to the end of the game, where you just have to finish the game using Chris. But someone is missing. Yeah, Rebecca's fucking dead. Meaning, I didn't save everyone, disqualifying yet another trophy, making it 2 for 2 so far. Way to go, damn it. Now, for the second playthrough, I have to play as Jill on normal difficulty, while going for the Nook and Crannies trophy, which you have to pick up every goddamn item in this game. Okay, bro, not gonna lie, fuck this game! Anyways, the story is basically the same, except we are looking for Chris instead of Barry this time, since he is basically with us the entire game. Speaking of Barry, we get a trophy for allowing him to save us. My next trophy was to defeat the Crimson Head using Jill, and that was easy. After catching Barry being very
I heard someone talking.
suspect, I have to fight Plant 42 again. And after the fight, I get to obtain the helmet key, which grants us the Keymaster trophy for picking it up as Jill. To grab the last death mask, I defeated Yon using Jill. Oh, and also Richard fucking dies. Now throughout the story, Barry was acting very shady. We're supposed to be looking for Chris, and every time I bump into him, he's in a place he either shouldn't be, or it almost seems like he's in a place he should be. Which is why we are given the question to trust him or not. Pressing yes will give us the trophy and keep him by our side, and pressing no will just cause Lisa Trevor to kill him. But why is he acting shady, you may ask? We find out as we reach the laboratory as Jill. It turns out that Albert Wesker, the captain of Alpha Team, was a double agent for Umbrella Corporation, with a hidden agenda to observe and report the zombies and bioorganic weapons like T-001. Barry was manipulated by Wesker to carry out some of his dirty work that would directly benefit Umbrella, which is why he was scoping out the mansion and ending up in the most random places. Wesker boasts about how he wants to be a slave for Umbrella, until T-001 Tyrant just impales him. He was just tired of that bullshit. After this, we have to take down the Tyrant ourselves. After we do, we grab Barry and free Chris from confinement, popping this trophy. But turns out the Tyrant isn't dead and comes back to terrorize us one last time.
Yes! Rocket launcher, yes! Oh!
Now, with the power of friendship and a random ass bazooka from Brad, we are able to take down T-001 for good, popping these 3 trophies for completing the game as Jill, completing the game with Jill and Chris, and finally finishing the game with all 3 of them. Oh, and I got a difficulty related trophy for beating the game on easy. But weren't you supposed to play on normal? Yeah, I thought so too. This is what happens when they don't say easy, normal, or hard. They put these riddles up on the screen and say, do you want to take a hike or fight for your life? After my second playthrough, I attempted to start practicing how to speedrun the game for the speedrun trophies, of course. While doing this, I decided to go for other trophies, trying to think smarter and not harder. I'm not good at that. With that, I speedran the game, and I ended up getting 2 trophies from it. Got one for finishing the game without saving, and I got the other, which was to finish the game in 5 hours. While going for the Nook and Crannies trophy, I got the Break Out the Marshmallows trophy, which is to burn 2 zombies at the same time with the same lighter. I later got the Nook and Cranny trophy while playing on normal difficulty, popping that and this trophy as well. Now, I finally played through Chris's playthrough correctly and finally saved Rebecca from her demise. I later finished the game saving Rebecca and Jill and Chris, popping this trophy. And finally, the knife only trophy. I'll give it up. Y'all give it up. Y'all give it up. Y'all give it up. I saved the game as soon as Rebecca was in danger and just quickly speedran the game, neglecting both Rebecca and Joe to get the every man for himself trophy. Now look, this trophy took me months to do. Two months exactly. And it was to finish the game in 3 hours while finishing the game on hard difficulty. And there were many fails. But to spare you the details of bullshittery, I'll just show the trophies popping. Now I have to finish the game in invisible enemy mode. This is so stupid. I had many fails doing this one, and it was honestly so annoying. It was so irritating. I've never really wanted to give up on a game this bad in my life, dude. After this, I got 2 trophies for beating the invisible enemies and getting all the costumes. Now I have ran into another problem, the Star Signal trophy. It says to obtain all weapons, which is crazy as hell since you would think I had already done that when getting the Nook and Crannies trophy, because I had picked up every item in the game. So what the hell was the problem? It's because I hadn't picked up every weapon as Chris, which is ridiculous. Worst part about this was that this was a baseless theory my delusional mind came up with, but I wouldn't know until I finished the game. And turns out, I was right.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Will you take the rocket launcher?
Oh, I got it! I got the trophy! Yes! Yes! Finally!
Now all I needed was to finish the game on survival difficulty. Once I finally beat the game on real survival mode, I finally got the platinum. It's platinum. Finally. As a game by itself, including the lore, character setting, atmosphere, etc., you can tell I ran out of words here. This game is really good, and honestly, it felt like everything was intentional, from Wesker's death to the tank controls making you feel claustrophobic, yet spacious. It's a crazy combination that truly feels like lightning in a bottle. This is going to be my first 10 out of 10 for the channel, even though I had a very hard time with the trophies. The next video I'm posting is not going to be Resident Evil related, but it's going to be just another platinum I got, and then the post after that will be Resident Evil 2, which... banger. It's a banger. Anyways, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.